Brothers and sisters, this is the fourth audiovisual today on our topic regarding understanding the psyche of MFDC while looking at Gambia's proximity to CASAMANCE through FONI and the role the small nation can play to transform the area into an industrialized area and a place where production is guaranteed. Okay? Now, let us continue. Let us look at it this way. Like I said earlier, the spokesperson Abdou Enkeling Jatta is walking around freely as a musician, alongside openly saying that he is fighting for an independent Casamance. Will YAHYA JAMMEH or those supporting MFDC in the Gambia and some other parts of Senegal, right there in Dakar, dare do or say so like Jatta is doing now? I don't think so. Of course you know the answer. Just ask yourselves this question. Okay? How many contacts has Abdou Enkeling Jatta established or created so far? He plays music everywhere, including hotels, and then bear in mind that he can easily play triple roles, which are sensitization, recruitment, and fundraising. One more clue is here. Without a leader figure, MFDC is still functioning without any flaws or deficiencies. It is serving its purpose, and there is no leader identified. Okay? No leader identified, and it is still functioning. Its presence politically and militarily in Senegal cannot still be denied, except if one is using wishful thinking. But realistically, nobody can deny that MFDC is a force to reckon with. Okay? Now, to that effect, my conclusion is that MFDC is an old rebel movement which uses survival skills to prolong a philosophy or ideology through propaganda and military tactics. Anybody else who has something different, I'll be interested to discuss that with you. Okay? Now, while grooming or recruiting people who will keep this philosophy and the principle of the movement alive for years to come, MFDC still remains here. Did you hear Jatta during the interview when he made mention of two national anthems? You heard him? That of Casamance and Senegal. Now, what makes a country and then qualifies that country to be a member state of the United Nations? Territory, flag, national anthem, currency. If you have that, you are a nation and you can be a member of the United Nations. Do they have all the four together? Not yet. But the ideology continues. Okay. Jatta made mention of two national anthems, that of Casamance and Senegal, in his mind, and in the mind of many in Casamance, because they were taught the Casamance national anthem at school. What does that tell us? It should remain a cause for concern for us and generations to come. It is also an indicator that Casamance has a curriculum that is different from the national one, which designs what is taught in schools in Casamance. You see, these are facts we have to accept if we really want to find lasting solutions. As Africans, as West Africans, as Senegambians or Senegalese and Gambians. We have to. Okay? They chose to keep us away from by fortifying their zone with myth, suspense, and darkness. Yep. Because over the years, MFDC has succeeded in introducing an entire generation. Over the years, they have succeeded in indoctrinating an entire generation within a given area in Senegal, some of whom are part of the status quo in the Gambia today. What can one collect from their methodologies? It means they have been studying the Senegalese curriculum and the Gambian one and the one they created within, which we are not familiar with, and we still say we want to talk to them. That is why the aggression remains. That's why the force remains. You can use the mind, intelligence gathering, communication skills to a point where you are going to neutralize the fighter. They may even see themselves as foolish with that gun. Usually Africa, we avoid that route. Okay? When America says I wouldn't negotiate with with terrorists, that doesn't mean that Gambia and Senegal will say we are not going to negotiate with rebels. There is a different scale here. And the people repeating it after America, are they trained enough to come to the conclusion why America said that? That's why imitation is not the solution, it's innovation. A lot of things must be put on the table before one takes positions like that. All right. The fact remains that they chose to keep us away by fortifying their zone with myth, suspense, and darkness, which also becomes fear. Okay, which means we are faced with a hidden side of a society that was being nurtured for years for different reasons and different purposes, different aims and different objectives. Yet still people left them in their shell unattended for every political reason, mark you, where strategies remained muted. I will repeat that side. Okay? Which means we are faced with a hidden side of a society that was being nurtured for years, yet still people left them there in their shell unattended for every political reason, where strategies remained muted. That is serious. Wait for the